If you're hunting for the Polk Signature Elite ES20 speakers, thinking they'll transform your home theater experience, hold up, but here's what surprised me about these bookshelf speakers. I found some serious issues you should know before clicking buy. Most reviews sing praises, 4.7 stars and counting. But what you aren't hearing about is the frustrating mismatch between hype and real-world performance. Stick around because I'm diving deep into the Polk Signature Elite ES20 and why it might not be the slam dunk you expected, especially if you're an audiophile or a serious movie buff craving cinematic sound that lives up to the price tag. Ready to have your assumptions flipped? Let's unpack this together and save you from common pitfalls others overlook. Right off the bat, I'll say this. The Polk ES20 looks stunning, sleek, modern, and built to impress on any home theater shelf. But looks won't keep you entertained when the audio doesn't quite reach the same level. These speakers boast a 1 Turreline tweeter and a 6.5 woofer designed to deliver crystal-clear highs and heart-thumping bass. Polk's patented power port technology claims to offer a bass boost that's 3 dB louder than your average ported speaker, which should mean richer movies, gaming, and music experiences. However, despite the high sensitivity and high-res audio certification, there's a catch. This speaker pair tends to underperform in environments where bass depth and clarity are everything, like action-packed movies or bass-heavy music genres. So, who exactly should consider these before pulling the trigger? If you're a casual user wanting decent surround sound without breaking the bank, the ES20 might still be okay. But if you're an audiophile chasing crisp, immersive sound or a film lover who craves thunderous, distortion-free bass, you'll want to hear more about the shortcomings I uncovered. Surprisingly, despite the impressive specs, users report that the bass can feel somewhat hollow and occasionally muddled during complex scenes. Plus, placement becomes a challenge. These speakers are versatile for mounting or stands, but their soundstage narrows quickly if not set up carefully, limiting the cinematic wraparound experience Polk markets. Before you get mad at me for raining on your parade, let me promise. I'll also share how to get the best out of these speakers and what components can rescue your sound system from disappointment. Diving deeper, the Polk Signature Elite ES20 uses a dynamically balanced acoustic array with precision crossovers to reduce distortion and keep sound true to life. A solid theory, and Polk's hallmark promise for years. Yet in practice, I noticed that the clarity in the mid-range can identify as a bit too forward or bright, which isn't ideal for long listening sessions when you want vocals or dialogue to blend seamlessly rather than jump out unexpectedly. For example, during movie dialogues, I caught myself adjusting volume several times because some moments felt piercing while others seemed muffled. Pair that with the woofer's 6.5-inch size, which is decent but not large enough to consistently deliver powerful lows unless combined with a subwoofer, and you start to see why many users feel the system is incomplete without extra gear. Here's a pro tip. Despite the ES20 being marketed as a bookshelf or wall-mounted speaker with versatile placement options, where you place them drastically affects the performance. Wall mounting using the keyhole slots can sometimes lead to bass boominess or loss in detail, while stands, sold separately, will give you better control but add to your overall costs. The Signature Elite ES20 doesn't play super well with every room layout. Wide or acoustically live, rooms might expose weaknesses in their sound dispersion. Therefore, if your room setup isn't flexible or you want plug-and-play simplicity, these might be more of a headache than a convenience. Let's talk connectivity and compatibility, because this matters for surround sound fans. The ES20 is rated for 4 and 8 ohm amplifiers and can handle Dolby Atmos and DTS, surround sound AVers. On paper, compatibility sounds great, and Polk suggests you can pair these speakers with their ES60 tower pair, ES35 center channel, and a subwoofer to build a complete 5.1 system. But here's the kicker. Using the ES20 alone, or just as a side rear speaker in a surround setup, can reveal its thinness in full-range audio reproduction. The consistent timbre match Polk promises works best when all elements in the Signature Elite lineup are in play, meaning buying one pair without the supporting teammates can leave your soundstage unbalanced. It's like inviting half the band to the party and wondering why the music feels empty. Another snag is price point versus performance. At around $399 for a pair, these aren't budget speakers by any stretch. You might think you're getting high-end quality due to Polk's reputation and a nearly 5-star average rating, but don't get blinded by numbers alone. There are speakers in this price range that deliver richer bass without distortion and more natural mid-range reproduction, especially when used standalone. It's tricky because casual buyers looking at Amazon ratings might see the glossy user photos and enthusiastic reviews and rush into buying, expecting magic. Instead, they get a decent speaker that's a bit hidden behind setup math and room acoustics. Kind of like buying a sports car but realizing you're only allowed to drive in a school zone. Alright, here's where I'll lighten the mood with a quick joke. Why did the speaker break up with the amplifier? Because it just wasn't feeling the connection. Okay, now back to serious talk. One way to squeeze better value out of the Polk ES20 is to embrace the full Signature Elite ecosystem. If you already own the ES60 towers or the ES35 center channel, pairing these bookshelf speakers can create a timbre-matched, wrapped-around surround sound experience that's genuinely satisfying. The bass and overall clarity improve significantly when the system is complete. However, be prepared for extra investment because these components come at a premium, and you'll likely need a subwoofer to cover the deeper frequencies adequately. Another practical point, setup. When I tested these speakers, the included grunt in low frequencies was noticeable only after careful positioning and tuning through an AVR. So expect a learning curve if you want to optimize the home theater experience. Wall mounting, speaker feet placement, and even slight angling can make or break the sound. Unfortunately, for many buyers, this can lead to frustration and returns because the performance out of the box might feel underwhelming compared to other bookshelf speakers in the same price range that are more user-friendly in terms of placement and sound delivery. Let's sneak in another joke to keep you smiling. What's a speaker's favorite exercise? Jumping to conclusions. Now, to conclude this part, if you're someone who loves tinkering with audio setup, owns a high-quality AVR, and plans to build a full surround sound system with Polk's Signature Elite line, the ES20 can shine beautifully and reward you with immersive sound detail. But if you want simple, room-filling sound immediately, you might want to shop around. Still with me? Here's a quick rehook. If you're wondering whether these speakers work better for music or movies, the answer surprises many. The ES20 surprisingly excels more in high-frequency clarity and mid-range dynamics, making them pretty good for music lovers who value vocal and instrument detail. However, without the subwoofer and other Signature Elite components, bass-heavy music genres might feel left wanting. Movie fans expecting booming explosions and rattle-your-soul bass might feel the ES20 underdelivers unless heavily supplemented. Speaking of style, Polk nailed the aesthetics. The ES20 speakers feature a bold, modern design that generally fits with most decor styles, from minimalist studio to more classic home theaters. They don't just sound good, they look the part, which is essential if your living space doubles as an entertainment hub. The black grille and sleek shape often invite compliments, so you'll get points for style even if the sound has its moments. Now let's put the final joke in before wrapping up. Why did the speaker bring a ladder to the party? To reach the high notes. On a serious note, if you want a positive takeaway, here's the truth. Polk knows what they're doing with this product line. The Signature Elite ES20 speakers are far from a bust, but they are designed for a niche. Users who want to build a complete system with matching pieces or those willing to tweak their setup patiently. When integrated thoughtfully, They deliver an enjoyable home theater experience with detailed highs, satisfying mids, and decent bass performance. So, to sum it all up, should you buy the Polk Signature Elite ES20? If you want premium style, a versatile speaker that plays well in a full Polk setup, and are ready to invest time or money in subwoofers and additional units, yes, these can be an excellent foundation. But if you're looking for a no-fuss, standalone bookshelf speaker that delivers thumping bass and perfectly balanced sound, without any extra equipment or setup headaches, you might want to pause and consider alternatives before committing $400. For those ready to take the plunge, check the link in the description below for the best price on Amazon. Polk Signature Elite ES20 could be the piece that turns your home theater dreams into reality. Just be prepared for a little homework on the setup. Thanks for sticking with me through this honest review. Hit like if you found this helpful, subscribe for more no-fluff tech reviews, and let me know in the comments your home theater setup struggles or wins. Until next time, may your sound be balanced and your popcorn never burnt.